We all watched this trial unfold, not just here, but really across the nation. A son convicted in the murder of his own mom, but as he fights for an appeal, guilty may not be the last word in the case of Jeffrey Pyne. He faced sentencing just last week, but Pyne's father doesn't believe he's a killer and is standing by his son tonight.
As 7 Action News reporter Jim Kirchner tells us all about the new information that will be used by the family to try to get him a new trial.
This was a very close case. I've been talking with several jurors who took 3 days to decide Jeff Pyne guilty of second-degree murder. First-degree premeditated murder was ruled out in the first day. None of the jurors would go on camera, but get this. One juror confirms she now doubts the guilty verdict. That alone will not win an appeal, but we've talked with an expert. The family has other grounds.
I just told him to hang in there. We're going to get him another trial.
Good night.
That's your mission, right?
That is my mission.
Jeff Pyne and his dad, Bernie, put their fate into the hands of defense attorney Jim Champion, an experienced trial attorney from Grand Rapids, but this was his first murder case.
People's case is a circumstantial case.
Ruth Pyne was bipolar and had a history of attacking Jeff when she was off her meds. The day she was killed in the garage of their Highland Township home, there was no break-in, no theft. The prosecutor argued this was a crime of passion.
And he hit her in the back of the head. And he hit her again. And again. And again, and again, and again, and again, and again.
Jurors tell me they convicted on the grounds that Jeff's alibi where he was turned out to be false, that he had unexplained blisters on his hands. Were they from his job in an apple orchard or from killing his mother?
He had blisters on his hands that he ripped off throwing a pallet, and somehow they managed to use something that could have been used to clear him to indict him.
Champion's trial strategy argued the prosecutor failed to make the case. He put on no defense.
You have to trust your legal counsel, and that's what we did.
It's very risky. It's all or nothing.
Robin Frankel has handled her own high-profile cases and has had a dozen successful appeals over 25 years.
Contrary to what a lot of people believe, it doesn't mean you have an incompetent lawyer or a useless lawyer. It means that your lawyer made a mistake.
Bernie Pyne says he emptied his life savings, even used Ruth's life insurance to pay Champion. Champion did not return our calls. Bernie's now talking with experienced Metro Detroit attorneys for Jeff's appeal. Does he fault Champion?
I don't know much about the legal process. I'll be right up front with you. But everybody that I've talked to and everybody that I've heard, even on television, they say that this has appeal written all over it.
When the judge imposed the hard sentence, a minimum of 20 years, he said he had the power to set aside the jury verdict if he felt it was wrong, but would not.
I was not so moved. However, it may be for the appellate courts to review.
Even the judge in his court said that he expected this to be an appeals court.
A family torn in half, a man who found his murdered wife.
There's blood everywhere. I don't know what's going on.
Now trying to save a son he believes is innocent.
Actually, this is a nightmare. It's a horror. I'm bewildered by everything that's happened.
Bernie Pyne says he's had bouts of skin cancer made worse by his stress. He's asking for a court-appointed attorney for the appeal. Jim Kirchner, 7 Action News.